6 harsh facts about women that men learn too late. Have you ever wondered why relationships can be so complex and unpredictable? Well, we're here to delve into that age-old question, and we're not pulling any punches. We're going to examine 6 harsh truths about women that men often stumble upon far too late in the game. The aim here isn't to point fingers, but to bring clarity to some of the complexities and misunderstandings that can cloud our relationships. We'll be exploring these truths with a realistic lens, yet with a compassionate undertone. After all, understanding is the first step towards growth. So, we invite you to come along on this journey of enlightenment to gain a better grasp of the intricacies that make relationships tick. Perhaps in doing so, we can help bridge the gap and foster stronger, healthier connections. So buckle up and let's navigate these often misunderstood waters. The first fact we often learn too late is that women are not over-emotional. They just experience emotions differently. Imagine you're standing at the edge of an ocean, the waves ebbing and flowing with the rhythm of the moon. This vast body of water, with its depth and complexity, is a pretty solid metaphor for the emotional landscape of women. Society has this tendency to label women as overly emotional, like it's some kind of flaw. But let's flip that narrative on its head, shall we? Imagine if we looked at emotions not as a weakness, but as a strength. Women, in general, have a unique ability to perceive, process, and express emotions in a way that's different from men. It's not about being overly emotional. It's about being emotionally attuned. Take a moment and think about the women you know. You'll probably notice that they have a knack for picking up on subtle emotional cues. They might sense when you're upset before you even realize it yourself. Or they might feel a friend's pain as if it were their own. This is empathy, and it's a powerful tool for connection. Now, let's dive into a quick anecdote. Picture a couple having a disagreement. The man might be thinking, why is she making such a big deal out of this? But the woman isn't being dramatic. She's expressing her emotions in a way that feels natural to her. She's not over-emotional. She's just different. And isn't difference what makes us human? What makes us interesting? It's easy to label something we don't understand as excessive or wrong. But if we take a step back, if we try to understand, we might just realize that these differences are what make our relationships richer, deeper, more meaningful. So the next time you find yourself bewildered by a woman's emotional response, don't dismiss it. Instead, try to understand it. Ask questions. Listen. Because that's the key to connection, to understanding, to love. Understanding this can lead to a deeper emotional connection in a relationship. The second harsh fact is that women value their independence. Now, when we say independence, we're not talking about a lone wolf type of scenario. No, we're referring to the power of autonomy, the freedom to make decisions, and having personal space. Have you ever heard the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder? There's a lot of truth in that. When we have time apart from our partners, we have the opportunity to miss them, to think about them, and to appreciate them more. It's during these moments of solitude that we often realize just how much we value our relationships. In a relationship, it's important to remember that your partner is an individual with their own set of dreams, goals, and ambitions. They have their own life outside of the relationship, and it's crucial to respect that. You see, when we give our partners the space they need, we're not pushing them away. Instead, we're showing them that we trust them, that we respect their individuality, and that we're secure enough in our relationship to allow them to have their own experiences. So, how can we put this into practice? It's simple. Encourage your partner to pursue their passions, support them in their endeavors, and give them the freedom to make their own decisions. Be there for them, but also give them room to grow and to be their own person. Remember, a relationship is about 2 individuals coming together, not one person losing their identity. It's about creating a partnership where both parties feel respected, valued, and loved. Embrace your partner's independence, and you'll find that it doesn't pull you apart. Instead, it makes your bond stronger, your connection deeper, and your relationship healthier. And so, we come to understand that giving space isn't a sign of a weak relationship. Quite the contrary. It's a sign of a strong, secure, and mature relationship. So don't fear independence. Celebrate it, encourage it, and most importantly, respect it. Giving space doesn't mean drifting apart. Rather, it can bring you closer. The third harsh reality is that communication is crucial. Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into this powerful insight. Imagine a relationship as a beautiful dance, where each partner moves in sync, responding to the other's rhythm. Now, imagine what happens if the music stops, or worse, if one partner can't hear it. The dance becomes disjointed, awkward, and eventually, it falls apart. This is what happens to a relationship without effective communication. In the vast landscape of human relationships, women often place a high value on emotional availability and responsiveness. They seek a partner who can not only hear but truly understand their words and feelings. This understanding forms the bridge that connects two hearts, fostering intimacy and harmony. But how does this bridge get built? Well, it all starts with open communication. Open communication is more than just talking. It's about expressing thoughts, feelings, and concerns without fear or hesitation. It's about active listening, where you don't just hear the words, but you also perceive the emotions behind them. It's about empathy, where you put yourself in your partner's shoes and view the world from their perspective. Moreover, it's about respect, where you acknowledge and validate your partner's feelings, even if you don't agree with them. And remember, it's not about winning an argument. It's about understanding each other better and finding a common ground. But the journey doesn't stop there. Communication also involves non-verbal cues, like a comforting touch, a reassuring smile, or a simple nod. These subtle gestures can speak volumes, conveying love, support, and understanding in ways words often can't. However, let's not forget that effective communication is a two-way street. It requires both partners to be actively involved, to be open, honest, and willing to understand and be understood. It's not an easy task, but the rewards are immense. A relationship built on strong communication is like a fortress that can weather any storm. So, if you're seeking a meaningful and lasting relationship, remember this harsh reality. Don't shy away from it. Embrace it, nurture it, and let it guide your dance of love. Remember, communication is the key to understanding. The fourth harsh fact is that women seek equality, not dominance. This simple truth underscores the importance of balance in relationships. It's not about one person having the upper hand or the final say. It's about respecting each other's roles and maintaining equilibrium. Let's delve into this a bit further. Picture a seesaw. When the weight on both sides is equal, it stays level, right? This is the ideal state of a relationship, a perfect balance of power. But what happens when one side tries to dominate? The seesaw tips, the balance is disrupted, and the harmony is lost. A similar dynamic unfolds in relationships. When one person attempts to dominate, it creates tension, resentment, and discord. We've all heard stories of relationships that have crumbled under the weight of dominance. Perhaps it's the woman who feels stifled because her partner insists on making all the decisions, or the man who feels emasculated because his partner doesn't value his opinions. These scenarios are all too common and can lead to a breakdown in communication, trust, and ultimately, the relationship itself. But how do we avoid this pitfall? It's simple. By striving for equality, by acknowledging that each person brings something unique to the table, by valuing each other's opinions, needs, and desires equally, by working together as a team rather than competing for control. Remember, a relationship is a partnership, not a power struggle. Equality brings harmony, dominance brings discord. So let's strive for balance, for equality, and for mutual respect. Because in the end, that's what truly makes a relationship thrive. The fifth harsh reality is that women need appreciation. Appreciation is the secret ingredient that spices up relationships, making them feel more fulfilling and vibrant. It's a universal need, yet often overlooked, especially in the context of romantic relationships. Let's dive a little deeper into this. Appreciation is not about pulling off grand gestures or showering your partner with expensive gifts. It's about acknowledging the little things they do, the effort they put in, and expressing your gratitude for it. It's about saying, I see you, I see what you're doing, and I appreciate it. It's recognizing that every meal cooked, every chore done, every thoughtful act is a labor of love. It's about making your partner feel valued, loved, and respected. When appreciation is lacking, It can lead to feelings of being taken for granted or undervalued, which can erode the foundation of the relationship. Appreciation is also about acknowledging your partner's strengths and celebrating their accomplishments. It's about saying, "I'm proud of you. I admire you. You inspire me." This not only boosts your partner's self-esteem, but also strengthens the bond between you. Remember, it's the simple, sincere expressions of gratitude that make the most significant impact. A heartfelt thank you, a genuine compliment, a warm hug, a loving note. These are the gestures that speak volumes about your appreciation. So, don't underestimate the power of appreciation. It can transform your relationship in unimaginable ways, making it stronger, happier, and more resilient. Appreciation is the melody of love. The sixth and final harsh fact is that women can be unpredictable, and that's perfectly okay. Unpredictability, a word that often carries a negative connotation, especially when used to describe women. But let's pause for a moment and rethink this stereotype. Is unpredictability truly a flaw, or could it be a sign of a woman's multifaceted nature? To answer that, we need to delve deeper into what it means to be unpredictable. Let's start by setting the record straight. Unpredictability is not synonymous with instability or inconsistency. It's not about being flighty or fickle. It's about having the freedom to express different aspects of one's personality. Women, like men, are not one-dimensional beings. They have a myriad of interests, emotions, and thoughts that can fluctuate based on a variety of factors. So, when a woman's behavior seems unpredictable, it could simply be a reflection of her rich inner world. One day, she might be interested in discussing the latest scientific breakthroughs. The next, she might want to talk about fashion trends. That doesn't mean she's erratic. It simply means she's diverse in her interests. Furthermore, unpredictability can add an element of surprise to a relationship, keeping it fresh and exciting. Imagine knowing every move your partner is going to make, every word they're going to say. It would be like watching a movie for the 10th time, knowing each scene by heart. It might be comforting, but it will surely lack the thrill of the unknown. Remember, relationships are not about finding someone who fits perfectly into a preconceived mold. They're about understanding and embracing the unique complexities of another human being. It's about learning to navigate the ebbs and flows, the twists and turns of their personality. So, instead of viewing unpredictability as a hurdle, see it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to experience the dynamic nature of human relationships. Unpredictability does not spell disaster. Rather, it paints a vibrant picture, rich with different hues, shades, and tones. Embrace the unpredictability. It adds color to the relationship. So there you have it. 6 harsh facts about women that men often learn too late. We've sailed the tumultuous waters of the emotional ocean, understanding that women feel deeply, and that's a strength, not a weakness. We've recognized the importance of independence, acknowledging that a woman's autonomy is crucial for a healthy relationship. We've delved into the power of communication, realizing that open dialogue is the backbone of any successful partnership. We've examined the balance of power, learning that equality is not about dominance, but about respect and mutual understanding. We've appreciated the need for appreciation. The simple act of acknowledging a woman's efforts can make a world of difference. Finally, we've faced the unpredictability factor, accepting that change is the only constant and flexibility is key. These truths may be harsh, but they're not insurmountable. With understanding and compassion, these truths can transform a relationship from good to great.